Hello students, welcome to online classes of geography of class 11. I have already started my chapter and this is my fourth class of your chapter number 1, India location. Now the topics that I am going to discuss today are strategic position of India, how Indian Ocean got its name, that is naming of Indian Ocean. Now we are having large land boundaries and vast coastline. What are its implications, its advantages actually, and what are the neighboring countries of our country, that is India's neighbor. So let us proceed with the first topic, that is strategic position of India. Now, India forms the south central peninsula of the world's largest continent, Asia. We all know Asia is the largest continent and India's location is towards its south central part. So it forms the south central peninsula. India is a peninsula country. Why? Because it is surrounded by the three sides by its water. It is situated between East and West Asia, having southward extension of the Asian continent. So it's having a central part. Likely we are having the Eastern Asia, Western Asia. So it is located in the southward part of the East and the West Asia. And India's southward extension, that is Deccan Peninsula, easily helps to establish close contact with West Asia, East Africa and Europe from the western coast. Now just see the map. You can see the map and here we will get the exact picture of it. Now just see, this is the Asia continent, the largest continent of Asia, this entirely. Now with this you can see that India is located in this part. This is the location of India. Now this is east of Asia, this is west of Asia. Now this part is the southern extension of this. So we term it as a south central position of peninsular country India. Now from its eastern coast we can create a easy contact with the countries located on its eastern side, and from western coasts we can create contact easily with its western. Now earlier there was you can see this is Suez Canal, Red Sea area where the Suez Canal is there. So earlier when Suez Canal was not developed, we have to travel from Mumbai covering this edge of Africa and nearly going to this part of Europe. So it used to cover 10,800 nautical miles. But now, after the invention of this, after the discovery of the Suez Canal route, it is just having 6,200 nautical miles. So nearly we have got a huge reduced distance between Europe and India due to this Suez Canal route. So this is due to its west coast, and towards these countries it is due to east coast. Now let us proceed with the next part of it, of the strategic position. From the eastern coast of India, it contacts with Southeast Asia. I've just shown it. East Asia and even Australia are easily maintained. And in the 1869, the Trans-Indian Oceanic route connects the countries of Europe and Africa in the west and the countries of East Asia from Southeast Asia from the east, as Indian subcontinent lies in the crossword of the eastern world. So we can see the map. It's just lies in the crossword. You can see it's lie in the crossword. So it's easily contacting this part, even it is contacting this part. So it is lying in the crossword of the East and West Asia. Now next move to the crossword or crossroad. Now we can move to the naming of the Indian Ocean. Now Indian Ocean is named after our country. Why? Because no other country has a long coastline on the Indian Ocean like India. And it is having, already we studied that it is having a central location between East and West Asia, and the Deccan Peninsula protrudes into the Indian Ocean. And due to the trans-Indian oceanic routes, we are able to contact the West European countries and East Asian countries from the east. European countries from west and Asian countries from the east. So, due to this long coastline on the Indian Ocean, the water body that is lying just below that is got the name of the country, that is Indian Ocean. You can see this is entirely the entire water body that is named as Indian Ocean. Why? Because this is the southern tip of India. Actually, this is the southern tip of India, and below that, the water body that is there is named as Indian Ocean. Why? Because you can see these countries does not have such a long coastline like that of India, which is protruding towards the southern part. This entire Sri Lanka is also a country is there. Even these part of the Southeast Asian countries which does not have such a long coastline like that of India. And hopefully we know the total length of the coastline, that is 7,516.6 kilometer. So this is the reason it is named as Indian Ocean. And these are its two branches. On the west it is Arabian Sea, and on the east it is Bay of Bengal. Now next we will proceed to the implication of the large land boundaries of India. Now, because of this large land boundary of India, it has able to develop link between the neighboring countries to exchange ideas and the commodities. We are having the ideas of large epics like Ramayana, Gita, Upanishads, and even some specific things have been that is exchanged, like decimal system crossed the border and went to West Europe through Arabs. And in return, we got Greek sculpture, architectural styles of domes and minarets from West Asia, which is found in our country, which came from the that is the European countries. Now next it is the implications of the large land boundaries. I'm just showing the large land boundary. This is the entire this is the Pakistan boundary, then this comes the China boundary, then this comes the Nepal boundary, this is Bhutan boundary, again it is a China boundary, and here we are getting Myanmar, and here we are getting the Bangladesh boundary. So, and a bit tip is there for the Afghanistan. So many countries are there having the land boundaries, and due to this large land boundaries, we are being benefited by the trading activities. And due to long coastline also, the benefit is there. You can see that light blue tinge color is there for the island groups also. This is the long coastline. So what are the benefits? That the trading activities have been flourished. We can easily contact the East Asian countries and the western side from the African countries and the European countries through this long coastline. Even I'm just proceeding with that. The long coastline has given tremendous boost to the India's maritime trade. 90% of the India's international trade is carried on through sea, and has developed many major ports on the western and the eastern coast, and has become important centers of shipping industry. So as I mentioned, that it is a largest benefit for our country, because water, that is oceanic routes, are the cheapest means of transportation to proceed with the trading activities through oceanic routes. Now next it is, just see the coast length. Just see this coast length. This is the Rann of Kutch, and this is Rann of this is Rann of Kutch. Here it is Gulf of Kutch, and here it is Gulf of that is Khambat. And from here we are getting this entire stretch of the coastline. The red line that you can see, that entire coastline. So this entire coastline is giving a benefit to the trading activity. Next, we'll proceed to the India's neighbors. Okay, now before that, we are having that implications that India's long coastline is extended toward the Indian Ocean, and the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal has been able to establish close contact with the west countries from the western coast and eastern countries from the eastern coast. Now, next it is India's neighbor. Now, just I'm proceeding with the map itself first, India's neighbor, without going to the writing part. You can see from the northwest we are having Pakistan, and this part bit we are having bit of Afghanistan region. In this northern part we are having Tibet, then we are having Nepal, and here we are having Bhutan. Eastern part we are having Myanmar, and this is the Bangladesh area. This is also our neighboring country, and two southern neighboring countries are there. One is Sri Lanka, another one is Maldives. Now just see the right up part of it. Pakistan is there in the west, Afghanistan is in the northwest, China, Nepal and Bhutan in the north, Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east, and across the sea the island countries of Sri Lanka and Maldives are our southern maritime neighbors. And we have already noticed that the narrow channel of the sea is the strait, and we are having another feature that separate India and that is Sri Lanka. I'm just pointing it out. Here we are having a narrow channel that is separating the two landmass is the Park Strait, and you can see this is the area that is the Gulf of Mannar. So these are the two separating features separating Sri Lanka and India. So today I have completed the portion related to the strategic locations, the implications of the coastline and that is the land boundaries. If you are having any doubts, without any hesitation, just mention it in the comment section. And one more thing, all these matter that is being uploaded, it is your duty to note it down in your copy according to the class date wise. And further, next class I'm going to proceed with the map pointing and the exercise questions and some more extra in-text questions. And once again, I'm saying that any doubts, mention it in the comment section. Thank you for following the class. Have a nice day.